When you're manifesting, you need to be consistent with living as the new identity. Hey, I'm Dan. I talk about manifestation, conscious creation, intentional living, and today I really want to focus on this topic of consistency, right? Consistent with embodying the new identity, consistent with your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your assumptions, your perceptions. As we know, manifestation is all about letting go of our old identity, detaching from that, choosing a new identity, and then embodying that new identity fully and completely. And you can use whatever techniques, it doesn't matter. Whatever techniques works for you, do those if it helps you to embody the new identity. But here is where most people get tripped up. Most people see something happen in the 3D reality, they're embodying the state, and then something trips them up in the 3D reality. They get triggered, or they look for movement in the 3D reality. And then all of a sudden, they're no longer embodying the new identity. They're letting the old identity thoughts come in. They're letting how they act or react just like how they used to do it. And now they're embodying the old identity again. All right? Because it's comfortable. It's what they're used to doing. And guess what? If you are doing all these techniques and embodying the new identity for an hour a day, but the other 23 hours of the day, you are floundering and you're living as the old identity, guess what's going to happen? You are going to be getting more of what the old identity is already experiencing. And that is why your manifestations are taking so long, or why your manifestations are not coming in. Right? Because if you need to be aware and conscious of where you're dominantly placing your focus and attention on. That's all it is. That's all it is. If you are dominantly placing your focus and attention on how and what the new identity would be focused and attention on, then you're going to eventually experience what that new identity, that reality exists. But most of us don't do that. I mean, the people that know this and work, even the people that have been doing this for a while, a lot of times, there are certain things that they're manifesting. There's certain areas of their lives that they get tripped up with this, that they get triggered. There's certain things, like if you're great at manifesting money, but you're not as good at manifesting relationships, maybe you get really triggered when interacting with people or when interacting with your SP or specific person, right? And then you fall back into the old identity trap. Right? And so that's why some people may be good at manifesting certain areas of life but not others. It's because you have to be consistent. If your new identity encompasses everything, right? Everything about you, every aspect of your life, your thoughts, your feelings, your assumptions, your perceptions, all those things make up your new identity. They're the foundation of it. So you absolutely need to focus on being consistent with living as a new identity. You have to be consistent with your thoughts and beliefs. Your dominant thoughts, your dominant beliefs, your dominant assumptions is what is going to manifest. They are what is going to come into fruition. And that's why you need to be consistent, because we are always consistent with something or another. If we're not consistent with that, then we're probably consistent with the old identity, thoughts, and beliefs and assumptions. Remember, we're always existing as some sort of identity. I mean, we are awareness, we are consciousness. But for most of us that are experiencing life through this 3D reality, most of us are navigating this 3D reality. We're interacting with people. We're, doing our thing, living our lives. And yes, so for the most part, we are embodying some identity. The identity we embody most with, the most consistent identity we embody with, here's another way to, frame it if you're not getting this. The most consistent identity we are embodying is the one that's going to manifest. And why is it so difficult for people to embody the new identity? It's because they're so used to the old identity. It's comfortable for them. And it's uncomfortable to embody the new identity. I'm going to make a video very shortly about this, being comfortable and uncomfortable when embodying a new state. And so you need to normalize yourself becoming a new identity version of you, the version that already has the manifestation. And you have to live as that over and over and over again. Watch your thoughts, watch your actions, watch your reactions, watch your feelings. Right? All of those things. You need to be consistent and consistent with them falling under the new identity. You need to be aware of your state of being. Where is your state of being at? Right? If you want to manifest a particular desire, you want to focus your state of being on having that desire already, experiencing life through the person, the version of you that already has a desire. And then you need to be consistent with that. Many people just aren't consistent, and that is why they don't get their manifestation, or it takes so long, or it's such a struggle. It's because they're floundering. They're embodying for a little bit, and then they go back to the old identity. They're embodying for a little bit, and then they go back. So how do we actually do this, right? How do we become consistent? The way that we become consistent is just to be aware. Being aware, it's practice, okay? It's your awareness. Be conscious of your thoughts in every moment of your life. And here's the kicker here. I'm not saying anytime an unwanted thought or an old identity thought pops up, I'm not saying immediately push it away and resist it and push it. It's like, no. And then, because that will lead to a spiral. The more you resist something, the more it stays present, right? So what I'm saying is be aware, be the observer. Just observe your thoughts. Where are your thoughts? Most of your thoughts, most of your feelings, how are you feeling? Most of your reactions. Where are they? Are they old identity or new identity? First step is simply to be aware. As soon as you're aware of it, you can detach from it. You can step back, right? Take a step back and be like, okay, that's my thoughts. That's my feelings. Those are my actions, reactions. When I am aware of that, I'm not engaged with it. I'm the observer. When I'm the observer, I can look at that thought. I can look at that feeling. I can look at that action and say, all right, is this new identity or old identity? If it's old identity, we don't want to be consistent with that. Now we detach from it. We let it go. If it's new identity, yes, that's something I want to be consistent with. So now I embrace it. I let it spiral. I let it snowball. I let it go. That's going on rampages, right? So this is the thing, is that you just have to be consistent. You have to be consistent with what you are thinking, feeling, acting, perceiving, assuming. And you do that through your awareness, being conscious, through self-inquiry, right? So you have to ask yourself these questions. Wait, hold on. What was that thought? What was that thought right now? Does it serve me in my manifestation journey? No? Okay. Well, it's not something I want to be consistent with. You have to consistently do this. And it takes practice. Yes, I totally get it. It does take practice. But over time, you're going to get better and better and better at it. I promise you. I can even feel it in myself. Every day I go through life, I am very present, very aware, very conscious now. Now, is it more challenging when I'm interacting with other people? Yes, but it can still be done because you are in control of how you perceive and react to other people, right? So it can be challenging, but you have to understand, once you get into the habit and practice of it, it's going to become easier and easier and easier. So to summarize it all up, you have to be consistent with your new identity. And by doing that, you're going to be able to manifest more easily and effortlessly. And how do you do that? It's through your awareness, being conscious of what is happening with your thoughts, your actions, your feelings, your reactions, your perceptions, your assumptions, all of those things. And through your power of awareness and continually consciously choosing the new identity thoughts and not the old ones, and being consistent with that, not just for the 1 or 2 hours that you're doing your techniques every day, but throughout the entire day, then it's going to come in so much quicker and faster, your manifestation. Because now you're fully embodying the new identity, day after day, week after week, minute after minute, hour after hour. All right? I hope this helps. Really quickly, leave any comments or questions down below. I do get to them if I have time. It's a resource for you to have access to me. And also, if you have any topics you want me to talk about regarding manifestation, also leave them down there. Yeah, I'll see you all soon. All right? I hope this helps.